Welcome from Munich, where we are here with the brand new Microsoft Surface 4 Pro, which is a beautiful tablet PC, and it looks kind of like the Surface 3 Pro, actually almost exactly like, but people who will know the product will right away see that there's of course a few differences. Like, for example, we have now a brand new Microsoft camera here on the top built in, which has an infrared sensor. I will show you in detail in a second what that means. Otherwise, there's a lot of other things I can show you, like, for example, a brand new pen also, which has a few more features. It is really more sensitive when it comes to pressure, and we have now different features when it comes to the button at the end. Like, for example, when you long press it, you can start Cortana and ask her different things. If you double press it, you will still make the screenshot that you're used to actually from before, and with pressing it single, you just open up OneNote like before. But for example, we only have now one button here on the side, which is the right click button. So if I would press this one and come close to the screen, you can see now that we have that technology also still built in. And otherwise, the pressure sensitive front, which has now a pressure sensor with up to 1024 pressure points instead of just 256. Like on the old one, you can see that we have here a different a tip at the end, which you can exchange. So for example, this would be, if you know pencils, just an HB pen, and there is also H2, B2, and all kinds of other strengths that you can buy online for just $10. So that's really not even an expensive accessory. And inside there's also now just a single battery quad H, so 8 AAA, 4 A's, and it will last still a long time. And the magnet is also again still built in, so you can put it on the right side, which will block obviously all the ports, and it is not really that strong, but on the other side it's a lot stronger, and this is the place where you should definitely keep your pen. So otherwise, the display, as I said, it's a little bit bigger now, even better for drawing, but the case actually of the device is exactly the same. It's a little bit thinner with 0.6 millimeters less in thickness, but otherwise we still have that full size that will also work with your old docking station if you maybe bought that one. And now we have a 12.3-inch screen with pixel sense technology inside. A 3x2 screen, so we have the 2736 times 1824 pixel resolution, which is kind of strange, but still really beautiful, with 267 pixel per inch, so it's really sharp. Then we have the latest Intel generation, obviously inside again with the Core i5 or i7 of the sixth generation, or a Core M processor for less noise if you want a fanless system. That's also built in here. The battery is still the same size, and the battery life should be still around 9 hours when you watch a movie. But for example, you can see on the bottom, if I just check the battery life, we have right now around about an hour available with 23%. But of course, this is a pre-production device, and we are not only watching a movie, but we are in the Wi-Fi right now, and the screen is quite bright right now also. So again, we have, for example, also a new camera. So if I lock the device, you can use Windows Hello now to easily unlock it. So if you turn the device on and you just look here at the screen, it's right away unlocked, since my face is actually, of course, right now saved in the device, so I don't have to type in anything, and I don't have to use the fingerprint reader, which is also available as an accessory here inside the keyboard. This is obviously not that keyboard right now, but in the US there's also the one with the fingerprint sensor. So there's an infrared sensor here on the top, like for example in the Kinect camera, which you can see when it's working. Usually it's only working, of course, when you want to unlock your device, but maybe there will be other applications that will also use that. The Wi-Fi technology is, of course, 802.11 AC, and all kinds of other things like Bluetooth and so on are built in, but there's no 4G LTE model. But what we have in here is definitely, for example, a place to expand your memory. So if you just check out here from the side of the device, you can still plug in your display port for external 4K displays, for example. Then we have here your USB 3.0 standard USB port, and not only the power port in the side, but this is also, of course, the place where your dock, even your old dock, will connect, and with no problem at all you can use all kinds of other things externally, like mouse and everything else, keyboard, that you just use before with maybe your Surface 3 Pro. Then we have a micro SD card slot on the back, so you can expand that internal memory, which goes from 128 gigs to up to terabyte, depending on how much you want to pay. And if we check out the device from the back, actually you can see that it looks exactly like the last year's model, but with a better camera now inside of the back, also with an 8 megapixel and autofocus sensor. That's quite important to a lot of people. And still we have, for example, here these little holes holes on the side where we see the fan vents, since there is an active fan inside, of course, in the Intel Core i version, not in the other ones obviously. And it's still also quite easy to lower the tablet to almost a complete flat position, but this is, for example, perfect and enough to start drawing when you're standing up on a table, for example. And it's also easy to just lift it back up like this. So there's really no limit here on how you may use this tablet, with even Intel Dolby Audio here on the top built in, so that's again also even a better speaker. And let me just type in, for example, that we want to show you guys the camera. So it thinks I wrote an H, so let's just delete that. Let's do it this way. Camera. Here we go. That's not an O, that's an M. Here we go. No. So as you can see, it's not that easy to type. And actually, let's just connect back the keyboard, which is also quite new. We have here not only the fingerprint sensor as an option now, as I said before, but also we have now a more sturdy, better looking keyboard, and it's also not as loud as before. And if you dock it, there is more space actually below the display label, so you can see better and hit the buttons better that you could use here. And what I wanted to show you is the autofocus camera. If you go really close, for example, with your hand up to 4 inches, it's really quite sharp and good looking. So yeah, this was a basic short little hands-on with the brand new Surface 4 Pro. There's also a Surface 3, Surface 3 Pro and 4 Pro comparison coming up on my YouTube channel, so don't forget to subscribe, check that maybe also out. Until next time, peace in again.